Okay, now we have Blue Sky memo number 2. You're preparing yourself to write it, and I'm going to help you complete it. Let's get right into it. This is the assignment as you're familiar with. We're focusing on memo number 2. This assignment used to be one big assignment. Now I broke it into 4 smaller assignments, and this is what you're shooting for is as perfect as you can with each of the 4 memos. Along with that, you have a training video, the one that we're watching right here, and the one that was used in the past, and lots of information that you're going to be using. If you watched Memo 1, you're familiar with how to download that and keep track of all things, but you're going to be using those. When you're ready to submit, you're going to go in and click on the local file that you've saved as Memo number 2 and submit it that way. Now, here is the letterhead you're going to be writing your paper on. This is the generic worksheet you're going to be doing your analysis in for all 4 memos. This is the memo from Sam, which has lots of good information. Make sure you see all 4 pages of it. Third one is the company letterhead, and the assignment itself, which came from me. I've highlighted memo number 2 on this. Now, if you take a look at the wording of memo 2, you'll understand what your objective is for this. You're going to analyze the market to be serviced by the B100. You're going to recommend the price to charge and predict the number of passengers each day, the revenue, expenses, and profitability. So if we break that down, what we're looking for is that you're using the B100 only. So you're only analyzing the B100, but you are analyzing not just one price or 2 prices, but every price. You're also going to write your memo in the correct format, and in the memo, you're going to make a recommendation answering what price you should charge, and you're going to make a prediction about what will be the revenue, expenses, and profit if they follow your recommendation. Let's get going. Now, the example I'm going to be using is going to be different than yours in only a few ways. It's really similar. So we're still going to use the all-coach class B100 flight. We're still going to use fixed costs and variable costs that are the same that you're going to be using. But I've changed the market demand to be a different formula than the one that you're using. The one I'm using is price is equal to 1200 minus 6Q. And the question that you have to answer here is is the same thing I'm going to be answering here, which is what is the right price to charge? What's the maximum profit possible? Okay, so that's the only difference is the formula. Now, if you recall, I borrowed this slide from the number 1 video, the memo number 1, because I wanted to just familiarize you again with the spreadsheet that we're using. We've putting in the 1200 minus 6Q formula, and that's reflected in the demand. So as we drop the price by $6, in this case, because my formula says to drop it by $6, I pick up another customer. That results, for instance, in as you drop from $996, where you have 34 customers, to $990, you'll have 35 customers. The upside to that is you get another customer paying you $990. The downside is that the 34 customers that used to be paying you $996 now only pay $990. Such is the trade-offs that exist when you have single pricing schemes like this. Now, if we expand it out, then we'll see that the total revenue is generated by taking the price of the ticket times the number of customers. So here the total revenue is a result of 1 customer times the price, or a lower price times 2 customers, or a lower price times 3 customers. The fixed costs stay fixed, and the variable costs go up by $60 per passenger. Thusly, we see that if we were to charge, in my case, $900, we'd have 50 customers, and we'd have revenues of $45,000 and a profit of $12,000. But if we were to analyze every price on the B100, we'd be actually analyzing 100 different prices. And the maximum profitability is what we're looking for. So we're looking at that column right there. If you'll notice, all of these numbers are negative numbers. So you can't be profitable by charging a very high price because you won't cover your fixed costs. However, if you slide on down further, you'll see that you could make $20,000, $23,000, even $24,150. There's no profit that's higher than that in my analysis for this. So I see that the price associated with that profit is $630. In other words, if I charge exactly $630, I'll get 95 passengers. I'll generate revenue of $59,850. I'll have my fixed cost of $30,000 and my variable cost of $57,000. You'll notice that there's no other value that beats $24,150 in the profit column. So now I am ready to write my memo. The memo I write has to be on company letterhead. There can't be mistakes, spelling, or grammar errors. I have to be directive. You want to be predictive, and you want to be clear and concise. Take a look. This is something submitted for your consideration. You can submit something like this. Here it is on company letterhead. You wrote it to Sam Dranitz, VP of Special Projects. From you yourself, corporate pricing specialist, you of course would put your own name in there and the date that you're submitting it, and it would be in regarding B100 pricing recommendation for your flight from the 2 cities that are connected. That would you would customize it for your situation. But I am recommending that in this memo, just so you get a feel for what that looks like, is we should lower our current pricing on this flight to increase profitability. I recommend pricing tickets at $630 for each ticket on the all-coach B100 flights. We will sell 95 seats per flight in this market, generating revenue of $59,850 with total expenses of $35,700. These expenses include $30,000 fixed costs and $5,700 variable costs. My recommendation will increase profitability to $24,150 per flight, which is a marginal benefit or marginal profit gain of $12,150 per flight. No other single price can generate higher profits in this market at this time with the B100. Take a look at the characteristic of that memo. See how it's written. See how it covers those various pieces that we are asking it to. And you do the same. Good luck, and I look forward to reading your memo. Thank you.